Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now, I don't normally do a bulk intro for my monthlies. I normally just dive straight into my waffle. But if you've been following this channel, then you're well aware that the month of January I've been mainly offline due to technical issues. Let's to put it mildly. My laptop completely, well, not completely, but practically melted down. I've had to rebuild it. So yeah, so I'm finally back up and running now that we've just passed the full moon in Leo. So I missed the new moon. I missed the full moon. I missed the Mars square Uranus and the Mars square, the Great Conjunction activation point, which I have a note about. If you saw my show with David Fisher, the astrologer, when we did the 2020 season finale, we was talking about the astrological associations with the Great Conjunction, obviously. And David asked me if I had anything in my comics astrology, because he knows that's something I like to look into, the charts of fictional characters, because fiction has a huge purpose and force in our life. I mean, look what's happened this month. Fiction is powerful. And I came up with the Neptune of an obscure, or then obscure, Superman villain Dominus, who on the day of the January the it was the 6th, wasn't it? And the invasion of the capital and the Mars square Uranus and the Mars square, the conjunction, grand conjunction point. Dominus, not seen for 22 years, suddenly makes a reappearance in DC Comics in a new universe defining series after they've just rebooted their continuity once again. So I was right. I've no idea what I was right about, but I was right. So if you're watching this for tarot, we'll get to that in a moment. Obviously, the reading is for the sign that's in your title. I will try and get as many of these uploaded as fast as possible and filmed as fast as possible. I advise that you watch your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign. They might not all be there. If you're early in the Zodiac, the others might not be up yet. But if you can only watch one, watch your rising sign. That I feel is if you know it, then that's the most important one to look at. Of course, there is a link in the description below to get yourself a free birth chart from Cafe Astrology or AstroSeek. AstroSeek's my favorite. And if you want to contact me, there's a link down there for the Facebook page for this channel. So it's got an inbox. You can contact me there for a private reading. Obviously, it's a general reading, so don't live your life by it. Listen to the words, see if they work for you, and then have a think about them. Because, as I say, I was offline for all of January, but I also partly got through the guidance, the intuition, because I'm about to use the word twice, the intuition that it's okay, because there's been so much going on in the sky, and let's face it, down on the face of the planet, that I got the feeling that we'd had enough guidance for a while. It was time for us to make our own decisions about things. And that's what I think this full moon has been about it looking at the full moon and the various angels associated with the positions of the planets. Most of them appear to be associated with new moons and full moons coming up later this year. It's almost like that full moon in Leo was defining something about the rest of the year. A lot of the astrologers are saying, and I haven't shared their videos yet on my Facebook page, but I'll get around to it, I hope. A lot of the astrologers are saying that this full moon is the completion of, or even acknowledgement and completion of, healing work that we've already been doing with all the astrology over the past few months. I think that's fair enough, because I got this real sense of new beginning, but it's not a new beginning out of nowhere. It's a new beginning based on getting to that level, like I'll say about the Page of Wands, level 1 complete, level 2 starts here. So I apologise for not doing the new moon and full moon readings. I did loads of work on the full moon to try and work out all the ins and outs of it, and then the computer just still let me down. I'm not sure if I even dare say I plan to live stream, because every time I say that, my computer packs up one way or another, and we are about to head into a Mercury retrograde. In fact, that might be today or tomorrow. Oh no, tell a lie, it's on the 30th. But anyway, that's enough waffle out of me. Like I said, general reading rules apply. Roles can be reversed. Timing's far from absolute. And I've waffled quite long enough. So hit that like button, as Philly D says. Subscribe, because it does help the channel. And sit back and enjoy your reading. All right. Okay, Gemini, I may have neglected in the introduction video to say, ask a question. And so just take a moment, think about all the questions that are surrounding you, and focus on one of them. Be aware of all of them, because the cards will answer what they please, but focus on one of them. It gives you a little bit of, it adds energy to this process. It gives you a little bit of context for everything that's going to come out. Hopefully, like I say, be aware of all of them. Let's return to the big screen there for the cards. So we start with the Tower in the middle and how you are feeling, the High Priestess. So I do get the sensation that you are desperately trying to keep calm in the middle of everything falling down, everything falling to pieces. Something that you have worked on for quite some time. You've, a significant, as in significance of events, portion of time. Time here, from the Greek Myths Oracle, I've got the Harai. So time here is not necessarily on your side, because that's probably the wrong thing to say. The impression that I got when I saw this card is that time marches on. Whatever it is, time marches on. This is all part of the story, and there will be more story. So therefore, we can't spend ages on this bit of the story. You know, certainly think about if you're putting it into like one of those 43-minute episodes that are supposed to be an hour that you get from America, you know, to fit in all the adverts. There's such a thing as pacing. And that is what you are under at the moment. You are under an element of editorial pacing. Time marches on. There was something that you surged ahead with, something that you really, really nurtured and brought you happiness. Now, whether this is a relationship, whether this is a job, whether this is a project, whether some form of pet project, whatever, there was something where at the start of this you were going, yes, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going all in, and this is going to bring me happiness, and I care about this. This is something that I'm really going to work towards. And to start off, it was great. It was everything that you wanted to be. It had that sense of community, that sense of security, that sense of stability, that sense of deep and, I don't want to say valid, deep and momentous relationships with whoever it is that was involved in this same project. So like I said, this could be work, this could be friends, this could be relationship with a big R. However, the burden of it over time came quite apparent. And there is this feeling, so what I've got, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, so 2 cards about completion. So this is something that had a beginning, a middle, and an end. And by the time you was in the middle of it, you knew there was an end. That's even before I get to the next pile of cards. But there was this was a transition period, because it became apparent that there was yet another new beginning. This is you diving into this project was not a new beginning. You diving into this project was almost a culmination of a previous session of life. Being in the middle of this project revealed a stable, firm new beginning, but you're still undergoing a severe burden to keep everything going as it was. And I do believe that the stress of that, see here now, I don't deal. Oh, come on, camera. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, it doesn't want to do it. Let me just pause for a moment. And we're back with the camera working better again now. So, as I say, I don't deal with reversed cards. I like to try and put all my cards back in the deck, dignified or upright. And here I have a reversed card, which has sneaked in and sneaked back out again. 4 of Cups reversed. You were ignoring the warning signs. You were ignoring the guidance that was saying, you've done what you needed to do. You did what you set out to do. You got the value from this project, whatever it is. You've made the friendships. You've developed the relationship. It was coming to an end and you ignored it. 4 of Cups reversed, under the illusion that it could be sustained, but it was as ephemeral as a moonbeam. And this caused you quite a bit of anxiety, quite a bit of that sense of, oh my God, it's all going to come collapsing down around my ears. And what's happened? It's all come down collapsing around your ears. So we have now, this is not something that you're unaware of because you're trying to keep your calm within all of this collapsing. I think that there is an element of you've already felt the stress, you've already felt the anxiety and the fear. And what we've got from the Moonology deck is work through your fears, New Moon in Scorpio. So there is that sense of New Moon in Scorpio at the beginning of a transformation. And you've put the work in and you're wondering whether the harvest is actually worth what you've created. And I want to say that what you did, what was happening, yes, absolutely it was worth it. It was everything that you wanted it to be, and now it's finished. And you knew it was going to finish. And you've stressed yourself out by trying to prolong it longer than its shelf life. Because we have the 10 of Swords here, there is a knowledge that it is coming to an end. Just as we have 10 of Swords underneath this Tower card. Interestingly, with the Knight of Cups, it's rather a weak Knight of Cups in terms of that sense of being presented with a love. Because I feel that this Knight of Cups on the Steampunk Tarot, she seems a little standoffish, a little distant, a little, here's my cup. I'm not totally sold on the contents of it. I can give it to you. I don't mind if I do give it to you, because I don't mind the loss of it. It's not, whereas the Knight of Cups can be a wonderful, offer of love and gorgeousness, and the camera's doing it again. Come on, camera. Then it's all coming to an end with this 10 of Swords. Let me sort the camera out again. And hopefully 3rd time's the charm. Right. Underlying the situation at the moment is the fact that you know very well it is time to take action, and the world is pushing you to take action. It is inspiring you to take action. We have King of Wands. We have 5 of Pentacles. I'll discuss that in a moment because there's quite a few layers in there. And the Star. So the Star is that indication of wisdom coming in. The King of Wands is very much a card where, yeah, they can take action and they can take firm action, and They know exactly when to take action and when not to, and now is the time to take action. Now, this Five of Pentacles. There's a young lady absolutely bawling her eyes out under the light of the church window. But the light of the church window represents guidance coming in. That 5, to me, represents, I often say, challenge, magic, humanity. 5 is the number of man. So it's very much a statement on the human condition and the divine viewpoint upon that human condition. And I do feel, especially with that new moon in Scorpio offering transformation, have I seen a judgment card? I think, yes, just right here, that what you're about to go into. Or what you are already heading into. This is all being part of the process. It is all part of the story as told by the Harai. Time marches on. The story marches on. The show must go on. So we're coming into a time of transformation. Oh, this is nice. Right, let's see. Okay, so I just want to point out the time of transformation that's coming in with this Judgment card, where you are accessing those higher harmonics of yourself, the really bringing in your high priestessness, you're using your intuition, paying attention to the guidance that you had previously been ignoring, and being able to feel your way through now that you've, by this point in the reading, have accepted that everything has come to an end and it's time to move on. We have the Ace of Cups here. We have the Ace of Cups as a clarifier in the outside world, in the surface world. Then, and Ace of Cups is the final outcome card as well. We've got a whole new love, passion, dream coming forward for you. So this is just one more chapter in the story that you're going through at the moment. And it's whatever this new love, passion, dream plan is, it's going to take time to mature in a way where you see, hang on a minute, no, this is practical. There's, this, whatever this project was that was going on, it's been replaced by this new thing as you are transforming. But there's also an element of, okay, well, I know what my skills are. I've got to go and meet people who are at my skill level, but I don't want to. Look how she's turning away from the other wands that are offered to her on this Seven of Wands card. Now, the Seven of Wands can be defensiveness. She doesn't look defensive. She looks protected. But I also consider it very much to be a card about meeting with your peers, meeting with people who are at your level, and you are discovering that, oh my God, I'm at their level. You know, there's so with that knowledge, there's the whole Spider-Man syndrome of with great power comes great responsibility. They're good, and oh my God, I'm as good as them. Which, that's not a statement on equality, that's a statement on skill and capability. Is those people that previously have maybe been on pedestals where, there you go, the world gives you your own pedestal to stand on, to be level with them. Now this is going to take some strength, I say, throwing it away, bear with me, some strength to actually carry on with this go on to this new path, and some strength to meet up with your peers. Let's see if I can get this camera back. There we go. There we are. But it really is calling to an end. Final 10 of Swords here. So we've got all three 10 of Swords, which is from the present to the past, and then all three Ace of Cups, the present to the future. So it's being... The other thing with the 10 of Swords, I'm reminded of a card in, I think it's Tarot Apocalypsis, where there's the dead body with all the swords stuck in it. But the spirit is liberated and being met by a Valkyrie as it goes on to Valhalla. And there's that sense of transformation, of ascension, transition to a new state of being. And there is an element of transition to a new state of being here, mainly because you did what you needed to do, and then the being that you are supposed to be no longer fit in there. Because whatever that was, it was finished. And that's why you was finding it towards the end such a great burden. But we've got the World, the Queen of Pentacles here. So there's with this 10 of Swords, there's a wonderful sense of peace, of just wandering out on the, well, to me, that's like, you know, the dunes near a beach. And there's a wonderful sense of peace and a wonderful, bright, open, vast new world to head into. So whatever it is that's finishing at the moment, I would love to be sympathetic, but what I really want to say is good, because it's time to move on. Which this World card emphasizes even more. And with this Queen of Pentacles, there is an element of, yeah, you may be holding your defenses up high, but there is a certain amount of nurturing that you are needing to do for yourself, and a certain amount of nurturing that you need to have for this new idea, and a certain amount of nurturing that seems to be delivered towards you, as much as you're stood there going, yep, no, yeah, I can see you nurturing over there, but I'm ignoring you. You know, so for some reason, that nurturing is not necessarily being accepted, but mainly because that nurturing shouldn't be being done by somebody else towards you. It should be being done by you towards you. So be careful that you do that nurturing correctly, and your nurturing, you don't believe it simply to be your defenses held up high and end of story, because it's not. It's a lot more than that. It is an element of being okay with yourself, maybe even forgiving yourself for having been in this situation, and then have that situation tumble down when none of that's your fault. You were supposed to be in that situation, and that situation was also supposed to come to an end. So the tumbling down is, it was just time passing. You know, there's, because this is just, to keep my TV show analogy, this is not coming up towards a series finale. This is just one episode to the next episode. That's all it is. And it may seem like there's stress and combat coming up, and that you're having to defend yourself. I mean, all of these cards, these 4 cards here, 3 cards, I can't even count. 3 cards are indicating that sense of, and that's, I hadn't even seen this when I was talking about the Queen of Pentacles, that sense of defensiveness, 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, conflict coming up, and 8 of Swords, anxiety and keeping yourself imprisoned. That is something that is your own, okay, it's a dark night of the soul, but only a little one. You know, this is because you should be able to breeze through that completely. But there is quite a sense of anxiety coming overcoming insecurities, overcoming the this conflict is good. This conflict is something that you have to face and not shy away from. And it's not a matter of I'm staying over here defending myself, not getting involved in that conflict. No, you're supposed to pass through it. You're supposed to pass through it, keeping your boundaries card here from Queen of the Moon, up high. Same boundaries, same protection as what you had already been building with this Seven of Wands, with the meeting of your peers. Now, I'm not sure that the peers are the people that you're in conflict with. You're just in conflict with somebody, and rightly so. I know I'm a tarot reader. I'm supposed to be portraying peace and love and everything, but there's certain things that you have to stand up for. And this, as scary as it may seem, and as much as you will need to be sensible and protect yourself, this is a conflict that is worth it, where you are saying, no, here is my line in the sand. I ain't budging from here. We move forward together, or I move forward, but here my line in the sand is right here. Okay, that's mixing metaphors a bit, but I hope you get what I mean. Because if you go through that and face that conflict with a certain amount of speed, you're getting the happy card. 10 of Cups. So you have to take your power. And the reason, so there is this stressy, feary bit coming up, maybe more than what you're going through at the minute, because it's a new situation coming up. But that's okay, because that's for you to take your power and go, okay, this is what I'm fighting for. This is what will make me happy. This is what's the best for me and mine. So not just best for me and mine. This 10 of Cups, I'm getting a real sense of community here, because there's not just the family. There's the house in the background. And I really get the feeling that there's other parties involved here. And you're not just fighting for you, you're fighting for them. Because you can see the connections between things, I think is the best way to put that, the connections between things. Now, I don't know if that conflict will end up being prolonged. It will certainly be something that requires some balance and skill from yourself. So when you start exhibiting your power, go carefully. So I think there's that element of needing strategy, because not everything, Hanged Man here, not everything you will know in advance. So if you forge ahead too fast, there's always the risk of being blind to something and having it trip you up. But if you forge ahead too slow, then you won't actually conquer and make the stand that you need to make the stand. So let's have a look. How is somebody else? So someone else is trying to remind you of a commitment, but at the same time they are walking away from the dream themselves. That's fine. You know, that really, really is fine. Just be careful of this burden. It could even be that just as much as you need to come out of this current situation, whatever it is, because it's falling down around your ears and it's coming to an end, so do they. And it might be worth pointing that out to you. Someone else has already said, yeah, stuff this for a game of darts, and has wandered off. And take their example. The commitments you may have to each other are not necessarily the commitments to the situation. They are simply to each other. But you're worried that you are, how can I put it? By walking away, you're giving into the easy side. No, trying to keep it going is giving into the easy side. This is what this devil card here is telling me. And there's so much. The action that you're worried about taking that you need to act, that is not giving in to the devil, or trapping yourself. It's the old way. Hierophant, the old ways are not working anymore. And if you are feeling okay about this situation coming to an end, stop feeling guilty about the fact that you feel okay about this situation coming to an end. You know, that's what this is telling me. But it's a devil card, so let me see what the Demon Possessed Tarot have got to say. Oh, okay, this one then. So we've got Six of Wands, victory. So what you think is giving into the easy way isn't. It's actually declaring a victory for you. So as I say, Ace of Cups for the final outcome card, with a really impressive Two of Swords. Now I like this one. There's a couple of Two of Swords now. Which one is it? It's the Two of Swords in the Healing Light Tarot. Almost makes me think of the cosmic awareness of Marvel, the original Captain Marvel from Marvel, not the original Captain Marvel Shazam. If you don't speak geek, you ain't got a clue what I just said, but you know, there's this one is more like a phoenix rising, and there's not that element of blindness here. There's that element of confidence and that element of new power, rising out of the emotional morass, rising out of the flame behind, and forging ahead with your eyes closed, not knowing what the future is going to be bringing you, but having a faith in that. And then finally, Ten of Pentacles, the other happy, happy, joy, joy card. You know, so, but a solid, you know, it's the house and the family and the security and the mortgage paid off and the you know, the people watching your back and the close connections of people within you. Although, as with this being the Ten of Pentacles from the Steampunk Tarot, it's less about location, more about stability as a unit, more about firm connections, that it doesn't really matter where you are, because there's a sense of movement with this Ten of Pentacles, which rather makes me think that it's not that you are safe at home, it's that home is safe with you wherever you are. That's a really nice, I'll have to remember that phrase. That's a really nice phrase. So if this means, oh, now, what have I missed? So Haquiel, Angel of the Sky, that also came up for Taurus, and that is just saying that you are protected during all of this. You know, there is, you are being given space. The only thing that can trip you up right now is you. As long as you are allowing the right situations to crumble and fall apart, then the only thing that can trip you up is you. And yes, you're going to go through a scary time, but that's okay, because there is magic in that scary time coming for you, and you may find that you're actually mending more than you break. That was also a theme that came up for Taurus, in fact, that card. But with the looking deeper, I think I've already covered that theme in here. The other thing I haven't mentioned is this, the Angel Oracle card, Gabriel. Now, we all know what Gabriel did. You know, he gave the Annunciation. He gave the message that informed of a whole new time, a whole new world. I am made whole by the message of love, brotherhood, and freedom, which backs up what I was saying about that Ten of Pentacles and some of the other. Remember, right now, it's the situation that's falling apart, not the relationships. Okay, so if this means anything to you, Gemini, comment down below, and yeah, that's it. Go and watch your Moon and Rising if I've put them up already. All right. Cheers.